So, Norton Motorcycles, what's the future? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video I'm talking about Norton Motorcycles. What has changed? Well, quite a bit. TVS, the Indian motorcycle manufacturer, did indeed buy out Norton Motorcycles some months ago for the tune of £16 million, according to the administrators, BDO. In that time, they've appointed a new CEO, or temporary CEO, John Russell, who actually used to work for Harley Davidson, was the CEO of European operations, most notably, and had lots of experience in the car world. So he's come in as the temporary CEO, and he's tried to change a few things and get the ground running. Now, already there's been a statement of intent in that they want to continue their racing profile. They still want to go to the Isle of Man TT, but no firm plans have been made. So as of now, nothing is happening on the racing front, but there is an intention to do so. What's happening with the factory? Well, TVS have said for the moment they will be staying in their current location, but there are also discussions going on to move that plant to somewhere else in the Midlands, most notably, where TVS already have an administration presence in Warwickshire. A lot of this has already been reported in the motorcycle press to date. The big news here, that part of the buyout package by TVS is how the money is going to be spent and how it's going to be paying off the creditors. Now, if you remember from a previous video on when this whole saga started, there was a whole list of creditors, and there were your primary creditors, if you like, your secondary and your tertiary creditors. Now, the primary creditors, if you want to use that term, that was like the banking system. Metro Bank were owed a few £1 million. So that's all been paid off in the terms of this takeover. The unsecured creditors, which are the likes of you and I, let's say, who would put in bike orders, who would put deposits down, that money is actually going towards helping to pay that off. Or what TVS have actually said is that they want to fulfill those orders, and they want to make sure that whatever was promised to prospective customers beforehand will be honoured. But to date, nothing has actually happened. Now, a lot of this is to do with the pandemic, of course. A lot of this is to do with the way the company has been restructured, and there's the way Norton Motorcycles company structure was held up. TVS have come in and bought the intellectual rights for about £14 million or so, and another million or so for the tooling. So the £16 million that have been paid really just covers the Norton Motorcycle division and not everything else. Now, in this period, there has been quite a restructuring as well. Part of the creditors that were going to be owed money would have been the 50 or so employees. But as TVS have taken those on now, that is not going to be the case. So they won't be crediting those because there's nothing to credit, because they still have a job, albeit nobody's actually working at the moment, and a lot of the employees went out on furlough. But there has been a big restructure going on. John Russell, the CEO, has been looking at replacing certain individuals and also putting in new individuals that he can trust to take this company forward and restart it with a bang. So, new employees have come into the company in key positions. There has been a statement of intent from the CEO to get back to racing, and also a pledge, if you will, from TVS to honour the order book. But nothing has happened. Now, there's also a handful of owners who had their bikes in for warranty work, and those bikes went missing. Now, TVS are under no obligation to honour that. However, they have pledged to do so. They have said that they will try and get this done. But again, nothing has happened yet. So for all those owners who have had their motorcycles disappear, let's say, and for all those owners or prospective owners who didn't actually see a motorcycle, it's a waiting game. Nobody really knows. Now, they've been given an option, the prospective buyers, the one of the tiers of the creditors, they've been given an option whether they actually want to wait for their motorcycle or whether they want to remain on the creditors list. If they want to remain on the creditors list, they may get some of their money back, but not all of it, or they may indeed get a motorcycle at some point. Neither Norton as an isolated company structure or TVS as the umbrella company have made any statements or made any clarification exactly when that will be. It could be mid-2021 or later. As yet, production hasn't restarted, but they are looking at the model lineup. They are looking at continuing with the existing model lineup. There hasn't been any shelving of models to date. However, they have gone forward with a 650 engine, and they are indeed looking to launch the Atlas Ranger, which is a little favourite of mine as well. So if that can happen, that will be great. There has been a recent statement as well that they don't want to make Norton a mass-producing company. They still want it to fulfil a niche market. They still want it to be what Norton represents, and they still want it to have a racing pedigree as well. So you could say that there might be some structural changes. There's certainly an ethos change within Norton Motorcycles, but it still will be the same Norton. The question is, when will people get their motorcycles? When can you put orders in, and when are they likely to be fulfilled? However, I wouldn't see any light certainly until the end of the first quarter of 2021, but time will tell on that one. Now, many people have been asking, well, what about the culprits of the Norton debacle in the first instance? Stuart Garner and maybe some of the employees, middle management, upper management. Some of the practices that were going on, are those people going to be held accountable? Well, that's still an ongoing saga. Indeed, the pension saga is still ongoing. More investigations are required there, and more clarification of if and when money will be returned to pension contributors. However, nothing seems to have happened to Stuart Gardner and others who seem to have been the root of the issues at Norton Motorcycles. There haven't been any criminal prosecutions or civil prosecutions. In fact, they've gone quietly under the radar. Even further investigations into government assistance has gone quietly under the radar. In many ways, the coronavirus pandemic has enabled lots of issues just to be swept under the carpet. For now, at least, but there's always a possibility that this could be readdressed in the future, certainly 2021. This is not TVS concern now. This is not Norton Motorcycles under TVS concern. That is a totally separate entity now. So they've bought the order book, they've bought the toolings, they've bought the intellectual property. So they will continue effectively as a brand new company, and they will choose what they can honour and what they don't. They have nothing to do with the pension of the previous incarnation. So that's something to bear in mind. It's the same company, but really in name only. Certainly from a financial point of view, TVS have come in with this rescue package, and essentially they're restarting just like the rest of the world. So there you have it. In recent months, lots of changes at Norton Motorcycles. Lots of promises to be made, lots of good intentions, but as yet not a lot has happened, and that's really got nothing to do with TVS Norton. That's just the state of affairs with the world right now. But certainly 2021, it looks like they're going to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes. Well, many people would hope so anyway. Well, I hope you found that useful. There are 2 more videos coming right at the end of this one, but don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com, and I'll catch you again on another video. Bye now.